I have it, Your Honor. I got it this morning. I'm not going to object, but I don't know how much time we have for all of it. So I've got it.
All right. Do your response. OK， 尊敬的法官大人。
Your Honor.
我不是一个简单的苏曼纳禅林的义工。
I am not simply a volunteer.
我也不是。
As Sumana.
我也不是他的房客。
And I'm also not his tenant.
5年前我是这个禅林的投资者和创建者。
5 years ago, I was an investor and a founder of this meditation center.
原告William Chu 没有还给我投资禅林的钱。
The petitioner did not return my investment money to me.
他利用我对佛法的信仰。
He used my belief in Buddhism.
背叛了我对他的极大信任和友谊。
And violated my trust and friendship in him and friendship with him.
多年13年的友谊。
13 years of friendship.
否则我不会这么傻，把自己的家建在他名下的土地上。
Otherwise, I wouldn't be so stupid as to build our home on his land.
而且我们之前有谈过，把土地切分成小部分，放一部分在我的名下。
We had also discussed dividing the land into small parcels and giving some of them to me.
原告 William Chu.
Petitioner William Chu.
扮演着一个有成就的佛法老师的角色。
He was a student of a very successful teacher.
近几年却被我发现有违背佛教基本戒律、公然撒谎的行为。
But then several years ago, I discovered that he had conduct that violated Buddhism beliefs and regulations.
Buddhist precepts. Okay. Buddhist precepts. Break Buddhist precepts.
Buddhist precepts. And he was lying.
早在3年前。
3 years ago.
William Chu 背离他最初公开承诺的。禅林的管理方式应该是公开、对外明示和大家共同决策的。
William Chu betrayed his initial commitment to institute a clear and fair and openly mutual management of the center.
他开始当面提出要求，我对他个人绝对服从。
And began to request my absolute obedience to him.
被我当场严词拒绝。
But then I refused immediately.
之后，他不断暗示我，要我应该多捐钱修路。
And then he continuously hinted to me that I should donate more money.
种树，我拿不出这么多，同时。
But then I couldn't afford that much money.
我说我不同意他不经过监管的使用信众捐献来的重建禅堂的钱。
And I did not agree with the way he was using money that the center parishioners had donated to renovate the yurts.
于是他开始威胁我。
And so he threatened me.
用暴露我的隐私，用法律手段将我踢出禅林。
He threatened to use legal measures to kick me out of the center and to expose me.
作为一个虔诚的佛教徒。
I am a devout Buddhist.
我用尽了所有和平的方式去要回我的钱。
I had used all peaceful means to ask for my money back.
证据。
Evidence.
Exhibit 8.
Exhibit 8.
Which total around 200K. That's a receipt. 这是我们给他写的支票。
Total around 200K. This is a receipt. This is a check that we gave him.
我们用这3万块钱的支票。
We used this $30,000 check.
付了他现在所住的蒙古包的钱。
Paid for the yurt that he is living in now.
付给了工人的工钱。
And paid for the workers.
还有 17万是我自己建我自己的，住在他蒙古包上的，现在他的地上的那个工钱。
And there were $170,000 that were used to build for the place where I'm living.
我们还负责禅林4年来1/4的地税。
And we were responsible for the meditation center's property taxes for 4 years.
$3000用于禅林土地使用更改的申请费用。
And then $3,000 for changing the use of the meditation center land.
每月几百美金的交数的水费。
And then every month we paid for the water bills.
我甚至借了7万美金投入禅林的建设。
I have borrowed $70,000 to invest in the meditation center and its building.
这里我有我的其他 meditator 借钱给我那个朋友的证词。
I have declarations from other meditators and people who loaned me money.
我们的口头协议是我们可以终身住在禅林。
Our oral agreement was that we could live at the meditation center forever.
死后捐助给禅林。
And then after our death, we would donate it to the meditation center.
我们曾经讨论过将土地分成几块，分给每个参与者。
We also discussed that we would divide the land into into small parcels and give it to each member.
但是
Hold on, let me stop you, sir.
Down.
So whether there was a business deal that went bad and you each claim that you own the yurt or whoever owns the yurt, that piece of it isn't what we're here to deal with today. So do you have a response to the allegations that you've been harassing him?
没有，我没有说。
No, I did not harass him.
Okay. So you listened to his testimony. Was there anything else you wanted to say today about that?
我只想要我的钱。
I just want my money back.
Okay, I can't, that's not for me to decide who is right and wrong regarding the money issue. You folks will have to take that to a civil court of who owes who what. The allegations against you are using illegal recordings and to harass the petitioner by sending them to his brother, his wife, by creating damage after the restraining order was served. Do you have any response to any of that?
我从来没有在限制令之后发给他什么信息。
I never sent any messages to him after the restraining order had been issued.
我从来没有给他弟弟发过什么录音。
I never sent any videos to his brother.
他弟弟可以作证，他从来没听过这个录音。
His brother can testify. He had never heard of the recording.
就是他和他太太的 imagination， 他们想象。
That's his wife's imagination, her imagination.
And I'm sorry, you're holding something up. Is
Yeah,
that, what is that?
这是我跟他弟弟 Michael Chu 的短信记录，
These are texts between me and his brother, Michael Chu.
就是 is part E。
For
And
E,
you
and you have it.
And what?
我跟他弟弟讨论过整个事，他知道所有的事情。
What
talked to his younger brother about the whole thing, and he understands what's going on.
You can check，你可以看第23、24页。
If you can look at page 23, 24.
他弟弟说对我说，你已经尽了你的全力，做了最好。
His brother said, you have tried all you can, and you have tried your best.
你做的非常光荣。
And what you did should bring glory to you.
我仍然感到非常对这个结果感到很难过。
I am still feeling really bad about the outcome.
至少你有清楚的常识。
At least you have a clear conscience. And actually, Your Honor, this message was in English.
I don't know if Your Honor's, I'm trying to find what he's referencing. I see text with a Michael, but I don't know which pages.
23.
23.
I don't know.
Labeled, but
Your Honor, that message was actually in English.
And on page 24, Michael says, I spoke to my dad today, and his word, William will not want to get you in prison. It was meant to deter you from showing his skeleton to others. I hope all will be okay for you. His family knows everything, and is not agree with him. 他弟弟给我打电话说，
His
他
brother
从
told
来
me,
没听过这样的录音。
I've never listened to a recording that was mentioned.
okay. Do you have anything else that you want to add today?
这个事情，他从
This matter.
原告在3月7号的时候，
Petitioner on March 7th.
在他的网站上首先公布一个公告，
Made a public announcement on his website.
对我的声誉造成了无比巨大的重创。
And what was said very deeply hurt me.
是他先这样做的。He did it first。许多我的朋友得知后，让我们哭泣、失眠。
When some of my friends found out about it, they cried, they couldn't sleep.
他们很惊愕、焦虑，
They were very shocked and they were anxious.
甚至怀疑人生价值，失去方向。
And they began to question their values and they lost their direction.
因为他们不相信这样一个教佛教禅修的老师会做这种事情对我。
Because they couldn't believe that a teacher who taught Buddhist meditation would do something like that to me.
Can you translate this to
What page is this?
on
Exhibit
Exhibit B, page 2?
B, page 2.
And there's English version of that.
And there's an English version there.
左军
And Sean Zhuo
曾经寄息挂单于禅林，
had lived at the meditation center before. Your Honor, this is a Chinese text that the respondent is pointing at. It is on the page he directed you to, and it is at the right bottom corner.
He hints to others that I was only his tenant, and my behavior is not good, and has been forced to kick out of the meditation camp. And he
So where are you looking at?
page 3, actually page 2, page 2.
Page 2.
Exhibit B,
Exhibit B, page 2.
Page 2.
Sir, do you need the interpreter?
They need the interpreter. Many people in mainland China, they are eager to know what's the truth.
Do you need the interpreter?
I need some time to.
In the implication is that there's observers. I don't know who he's referencing, and I guess they're not witnesses, but it's pointing to the screen. So I'm assuming they're observers in interest with Mr. Zhao. That's what I'm understanding.
Mr. Zhao, do you need the interpreter? Otherwise, we'll let her go. Or you would need to then conduct this in Mandarin, correct?
Yes.
如果你需要翻译的话，你需要说。
OK.
如果你说英语的话，那翻译可以找。
他自己也承认，
And he admitted himself.
在一个私人场合，这个私人的邮件里面，
It was in a private mail.
跟他的义工
To his volunteer.
说
He
发
said.
布这样的启示是对我不厚道的。
To make that announcement was not a nice thing to do.
但是他没有对公众道歉，没有在公共场合向我道歉解释。
That he had not apologized to me publicly.
接着
So your allegation is he agreed that you were going to be able to live on the land forever. You were going to leave, buy these yurts, and then you were going to leave them after your passing as part of the center, correct?
是的，
Yeah.
And he evicted you,
然后他驱逐你，
and you want your money back.
然后你要这个钱，还你的钱。Yes.
Okay. So as far, and your testimony is that you have not played recordings to his wife or his brother?
给他的弟弟。
从来没有。
Never.
Okay.
Could I-
And why, and is it your testimony that you have never recorded conversations?
有录过，
I have made a recording or recordings,
但是不是他说的那个录音。
but it wasn't
刚才。
the recording that he referred to.
他刚才说的那个录音是关于他跟那位有婚外情的女士的。
What the recording he was referring to was his relationship with the woman who was having an affair with him.
我不知道那是什么东西。
I don't know what that was.
And as to your, the damage to your yurt?
你的
那不是 damage， 只是我保留我要重新起诉要回我财产的权利。
That wasn't damage. I was preserving my right to sue him to regain my property rights.
我不允许我迁出去之后，他们可以用我的东西。
I was not allowing them to use my things.
所以在上面写这是我的东西。
So what I wrote on there it indicated that those were my things.
And have you now, you're out of the property, correct?
已经离开。
是
Yes,
And
我从来没有回去过，他刚才撒谎。
I never went there. He lied just now.
are there?
Well, I was going to ask one question, if in fact because I have the recording, but he admitted to making the recording. So I don't.
Just not that recording.
Right. I mean, and I have it for the court. So there's an illegal recording. And so we're asking the court to believe the statements of his wife and other witnesses saying that they were both either played the recording or told the recording exists. Obviously, he has no problem making unlawful recordings. And obviously, the court, there's a concern of what likelihood, if any, is there to continue of any kind of harassment. I think, unfortunately, the eviction was only a part of it. This individual clearly feels he has a strong possessory interest in the business or the yurt or all of it. has no problem causing violence as a result, and then continues to engage despite the restraining order in a forum. This isn't him shouting on a street corner. It's directed postings and comments to people that are only to Mr. Chu or the people involved with this meditation center. It's pretty disturbing conduct. It seems clear that he's incapable of controlling himself.
So my question at this point, in an effort to resolve this matter, you're out of the property now. Obviously, one of the two of you is going to sue the other for financial. Either you're going to sue for the yurt, or I don't know what your claim might be. Is there any reason not to keep this a temporary for a year and dissolve this if there's no violations?
I think that'd be fine to keep it as a temporary. The function is the same. If the conduct continues, then it speaks for itself. If it doesn't, then it's doing what's supposed to. So to keep it temporary, I think would be reasonable.
And that doesn't stop either one of you from serving legal process to file against each other if you choose to handle it that way. So, sir, what that means is keeping the temporary restraining orders in place for a period of 1 year. If there's no violation of the restraining order, meaning you have no contact with petitioner directly or indirectly, for his business, you can sue him for your money back. That's a different issue. But if you have no contact with him and there's no violation of the restraining order, we just dismiss this in a year. It doesn't attach to you. So if it were to be made a permanent restraining order, meaning I make a decision today of whether it should grant on a permanent basis or not, if you were to find another place to live, a different job, that's going to flag on a background, any background check on you. A temporary restraining order is not going to, but it will keep the peace for a period of a year, let you two decide what's going to happen in a civil court. Is that something that you would agree to?
我不愿意，
I'm not.
因为他其实想阻止我去，他一直
He just wants to stop me from going.
the story 就是他一直用我
He's been using me
去掩盖他跟那个女士的关系，
to
这
use me
7年来，
to cover up his 7-year relationship with this woman.
他跟到处人说那女士是我的朋友，
He told others that the woman was my friend.
所以他太太对我非常恨，
So his wife hates me.
我帮他保守了7年的秘密，
I kept a secret for him for 7 years.
他太太现在当然还不知道，
His wife still doesn't know about it.
他想用这个临时禁制令来阻止我
And
去释放我这个负担。
And he's using the temporary restraining order to stop me from releasing the burden that's on me.
我想跟他太太解释说，这不是我的，他不是我的朋友，是他的朋友。
I want to tell his wife that that person is not my friend. That person is his friend.
Well, regardless of whether he cheated on his wife or not, okay. That's
just
beside the issue.
My client seriously is not going to just accept that. But I think what's clear is that I think the respondent's making my case for me for a permanent one. He obviously is obsessed and has these secrets he wants to reveal, and he's been benevolent not to do so.
And Your Honor, his testimony is so filled with lies and distortions. I can easily disprove them. And now he's claiming that he's been keeping secrets, and I cheated, that he's a business partner. I mean, it's so much delusion. Yes.
There is no counsel. He cheated or not. Okay.
Well,
That in and of itself, the court is not relevant to the court.
Yes,
It's
sir.
not. What is relevant is if you think you have information and you are continuing to use it to gain something, that's a different issue. Whether it's true or not, it's not. So you need to let it go. The question is, so counsel, are you withdrawing your agreement?
Well, I want a protection for my client because I think that it's necessary. So we'll still accept a temporary order. I don't think Mr. Bell is going to be able to contain himself. I think it's fine to keep it as if the court is inclined to grant at this point a permanent, that's wonderful. Keep it temporary for a year. We'll come back. That's fine too. We'll see what Mr. Zhao is able to do.
Mr. Zhao, what is your request? Are you willing to agree to a temporary? I mean, I will say, if you feel burdened by some information, I am sure his wife has read all of the allegations in your pleading.
因为他可能会用这个临时禁制令去跟他的信众讲，
He's going to tell his parishioners about the temporary restraining order
我在骚扰他，
that I was harassing him,
就阻止我去负责任的告诉其他信众，
to stop me from telling his parishioners in a responsible manner
他们捐给残疾的钱是不是公正的使用了。
that the money that they are donated to the meditation center, whether that money had been justifiably used.
That you can file a lawsuit. So, sir, so I'm understanding you don't want to agree to a temporary restraining order today. Is that correct?
我理解临时禁制令是为了让大家保持和平。
According to my understanding, is the temporary restraining order to maintain peace between us?
那也是我想要的，
Then I would like it.
但我不想有人来误用这个临时禁制令，
But I don't want someone to misuse the temporary restraining order.
如同他误用法律说我是他的房客，把我踢出去一样。
To misuse that information to paint me as an evicted tenant.
利用我对佛法的信任，利用信众对他的信任，来为他的不好的事情掩盖。
To use the trust of his parishioners in him and my belief in Buddhism to cover up his wrong deeds.
我向他弟弟，向他全家都曾经宣誓过，我不会说他隐私的。
I had sworn to his brother and his entire family that I would never reveal his secrets or his private matters.
但是我要对佛法、对其他的信众负责任。
But then I have to be responsible to Buddhism and the other parishioners.
所以我在一个非常非常困难的情境下，
So I am in a very, very difficult situation.
两头难。
I could not do one or the other.
所以我希望我能够跟他公开公正的去像当年我们是朋友一样的去好好的谈话。
So I would like to talk to him as a friend, like we were many years ago, and talk openly about the matters.
不要被法律的条文利用法律条文来阻止这个事情的
And
合
not
理
to
解
let
决。
him use the law to stop this from happening.
You're right. No, just to keep it simple, we'll agree to keep it as a temporary order. I would just ask that now that the eviction has taken place, that the meditation center be included on any temporary order, Your Honor, because it was marked off previously. He has no reason to be at that address. It's the same address as Mr. Chu's home, but I would ask it specifically the address be listed, Your Honor, to keep it. And I'm not saying it can't resolve cooler heads and in a year there's no reason for contact, but clearly there needs to be a restraining order. Mr. Chu, there's eviction took months, there's arguments for months. It escalated with the extortion and threats and emails. That's what arose the need for the restraining order. It was months and months and months of an eviction, which ended up in a completed eviction. So it's nothing to do with that, Your Honor. The conduct is untenable.
Mr. So I can't grant a temporary restraining order unless the both of you agree to do that. So that would mean that if you violated the restraining order, you could be facing criminal charges. You could be arrested. So that would be harassing, intimidating, attacking, threatening, assault, abuse, hit, destroy the personal property of, or disturb the peace of Mr. Chu. You wouldn't be able to have any contact with him, either directly or indirectly, in any means, and you would need to stay away from him, his home, the meditation center, since you no longer live there. Are you, if you don't want to agree to that, that's your choice, and then I will make the decision on whether a permanent restraining order should issue. It is not a violation or anybody to file a legitimate lawsuit if you feel that's what you need to do. What would you like? Do you want to agree to the temporary restraining order for a period of 1 year? We come back. If there's no violations, it will just go away and dismiss. You need to be here. If they don't show up, I will assume that all things have been, that there's been no violations, and would just dismiss it. If there were violations, then Mr. Chu would be asking that we make this a permanent restraining order, and you may have criminal charges against you. Do you understand?
我明白，或
I understand.
他讲的很多东西都不是事实，我没有去
A lot of
尾
what
随
he
他太
said
太，
was not factual.
我只想跟他太太去谈一谈。
I just wanted to talk to his wife.
在禅林里面，我要负责的对其他人讲，禅林捐来的钱是不是用于禅堂的重建？
I had to tell people at the meditation center that the money they donated was that money used to rebuild the meditation center or renovate it.
我真的住了5年了，
I've worked there for 5 years.
所以我在那里实际上是跟其他人讲，这个
So I was just
捐献
telling,
钱的用处有没有用到正当地方？
I was just telling others, questioning whether the money that was used for the renovations were used properly.
And so that's been done now. You've told them, so there's no reason that you should have any more contact, correct?
是的。
Yes, yes.
So is this something you would agree to?
如果法官大人这样做，我也觉得这个也是一个好事。
If your honor decides to do this, then I feel it's a good thing.
我只想问，
Well, I have to have your agreement to do that. Is that something you agree to? Otherwise, I will decide whether it be made permanent or not. Permanent is when it could affect, would attach to any record of yours, any background check. But it's up to you. I think that's a resolution to this, so you both can all get on your way. There will be some peace kept, and then you can do whatever you're going to do to recover any money that you think you're entitled to. Do you need a moment, sir?
Yes.
Did you want to take a moment?
你是有一点时间考虑一下吗？
我可以问个问题吗？
Can I ask a question?
Yes.
如果我不同意的话，要么就是永久禁止令，要么就是取消这个禁止令。
So if I don't agree, then there are two things. There will be a permanent restraining order, or this restraining order will be dismissed.
Correct. Either one of those two things will happen.
意见是会发生。
这像个赌博。
So it's a gamble then.
Well, I think that that's a reasonable resolution. It doesn't attach to you as a permanent would. It gets everybody separated and you could go fight the money part somewhere else. I think it's a reasonable way to settle this, but again, I can't force you to do that.
所以我的理解，这是一个双向的禁止令。
So, to my understanding, this temporary restraining order applies to both parties.
No, because you've not filed one against him.
因为你没有要求，
But if he's having contact with you
但是如果他跟你联系的话，
that's outside of some sort of
如果
legal process, meaning there's a lawsuit,
容许
if he's contacting you every day
跟他
or
联系
something, I would expect you to come back in and say, can you drop this restraining order, Judge? She's not really afraid.
他联系我，你可取消禁止。
I'm assuming he will not have any contact with you as well.
我假定
Correct, Your Honor.
联系他是不会。
其实8月5号的时候，我去警察局申请过禁止令一次，
Actually, I applied for a restraining order on August 5th with the police.
那时候他对我进行了非法录音。
At the time, he was saying that I illegally recorded a video or videos.
Okay,
Well,
well, the police wouldn't grant a they can arrest you, but there's no grant of a restraining order.
他们可以就不会颁发禁止令。
所以那时候他们说你要去法院，所以我不知道这个程序，所以我就没有。
So they said, you have to ask for the restraining order in court, and I didn't know the process.
所以我也觉得应该要受保护。
I feel I need protection as well.
Okay, well, you can't just ask for it in court, you have to file your own.
上要求你必须要
所以我也可以去申请对他的禁止令。
So I would have to apply for a restraining order on him.
Correct.
对，
所以我可以跟我妹妹、我太太讨论一下。
Can I discuss this with my wife and my sister?
Yes, we're gonna take a 5-minute recess if you got.